Hey, how's it going, guys? This is Ron and I'm back again with a brand new video here on my channel, Rock and Ron. So for today, we are going to install the metal upgrades on this RC car, the WLToys 124019. Alright, awesome. So the thing is, it's not that I broke something with the car, but I'm just kinda curious how will this look like and how will this perform installed in the car. And we're going to find out the ups and downs of installing this metal upgrades on this video. Alright, so without further ado, let's go ahead and play the video. Let's get it on and rock on. Alright, so now here we got the metal upgrades laying on the table, and we're going to look at these parts one by one. Alright, awesome. So first, let's take a look on this metal gearbox right here. Alright, so this is heavy, and these are made of solid die-cast pot metal. Alright, awesome. So it seems sturdy and it looks awesome. Alright, and the thing is, we do have this metal gearbox for the front and the back. Alright, really solid. Alright, and also we do have this hubs for the back suspension. Alright, so these are made of solid aluminum. Alright, looks awesome and it seems tough, really solid. Alright, and also we do have this steering arms for the front. Alright, so these are made of solid aluminum as well. Looks awesome and shiny. And these are thicker compared to the stock ones. Alright, seems solid and sturdy. And also we do have that for the back suspension. This is the swing arms for the back suspension. Right? Looks awesome, and once again made of solid aluminum. Alright, and also we do have this set of linkages. Alright, so these are made of steel and aluminum, or stainless steel perhaps. Right, looks awesome. So that's a total of 7 pieces. Alright, and also we do have this metal differential. Alright, so these are all metal gears, metal housing. Alright, looks really awesome. And also we do have this assembly for the steering. It's made of aluminum, looks awesome, looks tough, solid. And also we do have this mount for the spoilers at the back. Alright, so this one is made of solid anodized red aluminum. Alright, looks really awesome. Alright, and also we do have this shock towers. Alright, so once again these are made of aluminum, looks really awesome. And once again these are thicker compared to the stock ones. Right, seems tough and solid. Alright, and also we do have a set of CVDs. So the thing is, I do have the 4 pieces of solid steel CVDs, and it's already installed in the car. Alright, so this is how it looks like. I got 4 pieces of these in solid steel. Alright, awesome. And yes, and also we do have the hubs assembly for the front steering. Alright, so these are made of solid aluminum as well. Looks awesome and it's solid, seems tough. Alright, and also we do have this central drive shaft. Alright, so these are made of solid steel and aluminum. And also the bearings is already included, ball bearings and metal gears. Alright, awesome. Put this aside. And also the screws for the set is included in the bags. Alright, and also it has ball bearings for all 4 wheels. Alright, awesome. So that's about it. So now we're going to install this metal upgrades, and we're going to see how this looks like, and we're going to see how this performs as well installed in the car. Alright, awesome. Alright, so now we're going to install the metal upgrades on this car. So first we need to disassemble the front suspension. Alright, so I'm going to disassemble this right now. Alright, just 1 second. I'm going to remove the lights right here. Alright. Alright, so now I'm back again, and I was able to disassemble the front stock suspension of this car right here, and I was able to clean it as well. So this is how it looks like without the front suspension. Alright, awesome. And as you can see, my table is kinda messed up right now. And finally, this is the full metal upgraded front suspension. Alright, so as you can see, it looks awesome. Alright, and it has some weight to it. This is all metal. Alright, so now I'm back again, and finally I was able to install the metal upgrades on this RC car right here. Alright, so as you can see, it looks more awesome now with the metal upgrades. Alright, it looks awesome, and underneath this is how it looks like. Shiny in aluminum, and on the front, it looks really solid. Alright, so the thing is, I skipped the whole video installation of this metal upgrades because the thing is, to simply put it, it took me too long and it required a lot of work for me to be able to install this metal upgrades on the RC car properly. Alright, and also the thing is, I got a bit frustrated with this metal upgrades because the reason is I was able to find out that most of the parts of this metal upgrades has a lot of play with them. So to simply put it, it's kinda loose. And also the screw set included with this metal upgrades is kinda incompatible. Alright, so it's like 50% of the screws included with the kit is unusable. Alright, so it's a good thing that I do have this screw set that I got way back 2020. Alright, so the thing is, the screw set contains the correct size screws that is necessary for you to be able to install this metal upgrades on the RC car properly. Alright, so now we're going to go through the issues one by one, and I'm going to try to explain to you what is the issue with this metal upgrades. Alright. Alright, so now I'm back again, and now I'm going to explain to you the issues of this metal upgraded parts for this RC car. Alright, so first let's take a quick look on this metal shock tower. Alright, so as you can see, this looks more awesome, looks more solid, and this is thicker compared to the metal stock shock towers. Alright, and also the measurements for the screw holes for the shock tower is correct. It matches the stock ones. So the thing is, the only issue with this metal shock towers was that I think this is too thick, and I'm going to explain why. Alright, so what I got right here is the plastic stock gearbox. Alright, so as you can see, this is the surface where you need to install the shock towers. Alright, right here, and as you can see, it is slightly angled. Alright, so the thing is, what's going to happen once you install the shock towers was that you will have a hard time screwing this on to the metal gearbox. Alright, just like that. So what's going to happen was that the screw will have to enter at an angle and go straight to the straight screw holes of the gearbox. Alright, so that's an issue because your screw will have the tendency to bend, and worst case scenario was that your screw will have the tendency to snap into two. Alright, and when that happens, you will have a hard time removing the broken piece of screw out of the screw holes of the metal gearbox, and that will render your gearbox unusable. Alright, and the thing is, if you're using some harder screws, you can try to push through, alright, all the way to the holes of the metal gearbox. But the thing is, when that happens, you will have the tendency to lose the thread of the metal gearbox, and when that happens, that will render your shock tower to get loose on the metal gearbox. Alright, so that's the first issues. But the thing is, there's other way around for you to be able to install this on the metal gearbox. So as you can see on the other side, the surface is flatter. Alright, so we're gonna install it on the other way, and this way you will not have any problems screwing this on without the screws bending. Alright, the screws will go through straight. But the thing is, if you do that, you will encounter different issues, such as you need to make adjustments for the shocks so that it will not hit the CVDs. Alright, and also you need to adjust the toe arms so that it will not hit the swing arms. Alright, so once again, it will produce other issues if you install it other way around. Alright, and also it will require you to have longer pieces of screws just to make those adjustments. Alright, so that's the first issue that I got with this shock towers, and also the same issue goes the same to the back gearbox. Alright, so once again you need to install this at an angle. Alright, so for example, this is the back gearbox. Alright, so you need to install it this way. So once again, your screw will have the tendency to bend and snap into two, right? So that's a bad thing. And once again, you can install this on the flatter surface without any problems with the screws. And also, it turns out that if you do this way, you don't have to make adjustments for the toe arms at the back, because at the back, there's no steering involved. So there's no problem. Alright, but the thing is, you will encounter a different issue once again. So if you install the mount for the spoilers, you will have the issue, because as you can see, the surface will be uneven. Alright, unless you have a spacer right here so that the spoiler mount will be installed properly, because supposedly it's supposed to go this way. Alright, so the spoiler mount should sit on a flatter surface. Alright, so once again, that's the issues of this shock towers. So I think there's a way to work this out. So if you do have a grinder, you need to grind this surface right here to reduce the thickness of this part. Alright, so you need to grind this part right here and right here, as well as here, so that the screw will be able to line up to the angled surface of the gearbox. That way you can install this without your screws bending. Alright, so once again, I do not recommend this shock towers. So I'm not saying this is bad. It's just that this will require you to put some extra work just to install this shock towers, right? So most people will not like that. So the thing is, it's better for you to use the stock metal shock towers instead. Alright, so as you can see right here, I have used my stock metal shock towers, and the screw was able to go through without any problems. Alright, so it is a secure, perfect fit. Alright, so once again, it's better for you to use the metal stock shock towers. Alright, awesome. Alright, so now for the metal tie rods. Alright, so this item has a lot of issue. Alright, so the first issue was that this is hard to adjust. Alright, so just adjusting this metal rod will require you to wield 1 to 2 pieces of pliers just to adjust this in length. Alright, so that's the first issue. And the second issue with this tie rod was that if you're going to use this as a toe arm, you will not have any problems with articulation. Alright, but the thing is, on the other hand, if you're going to use this as a swing arm, you will encounter a problem with articulation. Alright, so it's not freely moving, because the thing is, the head for this tie rod is too big and the ball is too small, so the movement is limited. So this is not recommended to be used as a swing arm. Alright, so that's why I choose to use my stock swing arms instead, as you can see right there. Alright, so the thing is, I think there is an updated version of this tie rods out there, so just keep an eye out for this version of tie rods. So the ones that have the hex nuts on each side. So this is the ones that is hard to adjust, and this is faulty. And also, this is prone to getting loose if you're running your RC car on the ground. Because of the vibrations, it may render the hex nuts to get loose, and that's a bad thing. Alright, so once again, this tie rods, I do not recommend this. Alright, so this is a bad metal part right here. Right. Alright, so now for the metal swing arms. So the measurements for the swing arms is correct. It is a-okay, it is compatible with the car. So the only issue with the metal swing arms was that it is kind of loose on this part right here, where you connect the hub, the bearing hub, and the swing arm. So what you need to do is you need to insert a piece of washer in between the gap where you install the pin. Alright, so the thing is, what I used was a 2mm washer from a Tamiya Mini 4-wheel drive kit. So just to give you an idea how small it is, and this is how small the washer is. Alright, so you may have a hard time finding this washer. Alright, and also if you install one washer in between the gap, that will not be enough. It will still be a bit loose. So what I did was I cut a piece of plastic from a PET plastic to create a custom washer made of plastic. So what I did was I used this as a pattern to cut a circular plastic washer and drill the hole in the middle so that the screw will fit. And that way, I sandwich it in between this Tamiya Mini 4-wheel drive washers, in between the gap where you install the pin. That way, that will be a perfect fit. Alright, so once again, the metal swing arms are okay. So they're both okay on the front and at the back. Alright, I highly recommend it. Swing arms, it looks awesome and more solid. Yes, swing arms, go buy them. Alright, so now for the front wheel hub or the front steering knuckle. Alright, so the thing is, the issue with this front wheel hub or steering knuckle was that, just like with the swing arms, this is a bit loose. So what you need to do to fix the issue was that you need to once again install a piece of washer from a Tamiya Mini 4-wheel drive kit. Or to be exact, this is a 2mm washer. So you need to install this washer near this part right here to eliminate the play or the looseness of this part. And also the other issue with this front wheel hub was that you need to add an extra bearing in the hub. Alright, so the thing is, on the stock front wheel hub or front steering knuckle, it only has 2 bearings, but with this upgraded metal ones, you need to add an extra bearing. So that will be a total of 3 bearings on each hub. Alright, so that's the issue with this front metal hub. Alright, so once again, I'm not saying that this is a bad part right here. So actually, this is a solid part, a solid aluminum part, which is a good thing. But the thing is, it just requires you to add an extra part for you to be able to install this properly on the car. Alright, so the same goes with the back wheel hub. So with the back wheel hub, I didn't have any problems. Alright, so I was able to install this in the back of the car. And just like what I said before, the issues was you need to install a 2mm washer in between the gap where you install the pin right here. And once again, you need to install an extra piece of bearing to eliminate the play between the wheels and the CVD. Alright, so by the way, it's a good thing that this metal upgrade set includes 4 pieces of metal bearings. So you can use those bearings as a spacer to eliminate the play on these parts. So for now, I'm going to set this as a spare. Alright, I'm going to use this later. So yeah, so once again, metal wheel hubs, this is recommended. This is okay, right? You can buy this. Alright, so now for the full metal swing arm bracket. Alright, so I highly recommend this part right here. So this is a must buy. Alright, so by the way, this is a quick comparison between the stock swing arm bracket and the full metal one. So as you can see on the stock swing arm bracket, there is this 2 pieces of plastic where you insert the pin. And this is prone to being deformed. And if you're doing some heavy bashing or some huge jumps with your RC, there is a tendency for these plastic parts to pop off. And that will be a bad thing. Alright, compared with this full metal one, this is a solid 1-piece metal bracket, which is a good thing. So you don't have to worry about that issue, about your swing arm being popped off because of the plastic part. Alright, so by the way, once you buy this car as a stock, the stock wheels will be angled like this. Alright, so for you to be able to correct the angle of the wheel at the back, you need to install this metal swing arm bracket at the back. That way, the wheels at the back will be straight. Alright, so by the way, you can buy this on any online store, on Banggood, eBay, and this comes as a 4-piece set. So that will be 2-piece for each gearbox. Alright, so for now, I choose to install this bracket only at the back, just to correct the alignment of the wheel. Alright, so that's about it. So yes, I had to recommend this. So the metal swing arm bracket. Alright, so now for the solid steel CVDs. So what I got right here is the stock CVDs that came with the car, and it comes in 2 forms. Alright, so this is the CVD for the front. So this is a 1-piece assembly right here. It's conjoined, and this is the better version. And this is the CVD for the back of the car. Alright, so this is a two-piece assembly, and this is the faulty one. Because the thing is, if you're doing some heavy bashing or doing some high jumps with your car, every time you land or every time you crash, there's a tendency for the CVD to separate from each other, and you can easily lose this part right here. Alright, and also this stock CVDs is made of softer metal, which are prone from being bent. Alright, so it is highly recommended if you can upgrade this CVDs into solid steel CVDs. So the thing is, the 4 pieces of solid steel CVDs that I got is already installed in this car. Alright, and it is colored black. So with the solid steel CVDs, it is not prone to being bent, and it will make your car run smoother with the solid steel CVDs. Alright, so once again, solid steel CVDs, it is highly recommended. You can go and buy them. Alright. Alright, so finally the metal gearbox. So the thing is, if you're going to ask me what is the most important metal upgrade that you can buy for this RC car, that will be the metal gearbox. Because the thing is, this part right here houses everything. This houses the drivetrain, the differentials, the drive shaft. This is where you install the shock towers, the shocks, and the swing arms. Almost everything. Alright, so the thing is, the measurements of this gearbox is identical to the stock ones. Alright, so the metal gearbox is already installed in my car. As you can see, it looks really solid, looks really awesome. And yes, it is available in different colors. It is available in silver, metallic, blue, red, purple. And yes, so I think there is an updated version of this gearbox, and the color will be in chrome metallic gold. So if you're going to buy this gearbox, go for the gold metallic one, because the paint job will be the same as the stock shock towers. Right, that will be awesome. Because the thing is, the ones that I got right here is only spray painted with some silver metallic paint, and the paint can get easily scratched, and once you scratch this paint, the scratches will be evident. Alright, so the only difference between the stock gearbox and the metallic gearbox was that you will lose the option to install an anti-roll bar. So as you can see right here on the stock plastic gearbox, there is this 2 pieces of screw that you can unscrew, and once you unscrew those, you will see the groove where you installed the anti-roll bar. Alright, but the thing is, I don't really use an anti-roll bar on this RC, so it's no big deal for me. It's a-okay. Alright, so anything else? So if you're going to upgrade the gearbox into metal gearbox, so the thing is, if you're going to upgrade the gearbox into metal gearbox, it's better for you to upgrade the middle bracket inside the chassis as well, so that you can equally distribute the toughness of the metal gearbox from the front and at the back. Alright, so that will make the chassis really solid. Alright, so anything else? Alright, so I think that's about it for the metal upgrades. By the way, this metal upgrades is once again available in different colors. This is available in chrome, purple, red, blue, and silver, just like what I got. But the thing is, I think, in my opinion, the best color for this metal upgrades is the silver one. Because the thing is, the silver ones, once it gets scratched, the scratches will not be easily evident, unlike with those chrome metallic purple, blue, or red. Once those anodized coating gets scratched, it will easily be evident. You can easily notice the scratches on those metallic parts, unlike with the silver ones. Alright, so it's like base color of the aluminum. So I think that's the best color for this metal upgrades. And also, you might think that you will save money by buying the whole set of this metal upgrades, but no. I think it's better for you to buy the individual parts that you only need for the metal upgrades. And that way you will save more money, because just like what happened to me, I buy the whole set, and some of the parts cannot be used, and some of the parts is kind of faulty. Alright, so you will actually save more money by buying the individual parts. And also, if you do buy this in individual parts, you will have the option to buy it in different colors, so that you can mix and match the colors of the metal upgrades. So for example, you can buy a different colored swing arms for the front and different color at the back, or you can buy a different colored gearbox for the front and the back. So that will be awesome. So yeah, so the thing is, most people doesn't like the metal upgrades because they claim that once you upgrade the car with metal upgrades, there will be a lot of damages with the car, like the motor will suffer or the electronics will suffer. But the thing is, I think for me, it all depends on how you drive your car. So the thing is, if you're a heavy basher, this may not be recommended because of the added weight. But the thing is, I haven't seen anyone on YouTube yet that did some heavy bashing with this RC car with the metal upgrades on. So I'm not if this will be okay if you're a heavy basher. And also, if you're a speed runner, this can be both beneficial and destructive to your RC car. So it's like a double-edged sword. So the thing is, this can be beneficial if you're a speed runner because with the added weight, it will help your car to keep it on the ground at high speeds. And also with the added weight, it will improve the traction of your wheels. Alright, on the other hand, it can also be destructive because with the added weight, when you're running at high speeds, with the increased mass, the momentum will be increased and it will be harder for you to stop. And once you hit the wall, the impact will be greater as well and the damages will be greater as well. Alright, so it's kind of risky if you're running this metal upgrades if you're a speed runner. Alright, so I think that's about it. But also, I think most of the damage on this RC car can also be prevented if you do have a front bumper, just like what I have right here. So this is my custom LC racing bumper right here. So once again, I did some modifications on this bumper, like this rubber hose and this bull bar right here. So by the way, this is the new modification that I did on this bumper. So this roll bar is kind of functional. So this acts like a front wheel on the bumper. So every time you go to an incline, this will roll or this will slide. Alright, so it's like a bumper protecting the bumper. Alright, awesome. So anything else? So I think that's about it for this metal upgrade. So now the only thing left to do is to test drive this car with the metal upgrades on, and we're going to check how this handles or how this maneuvers with the metal upgrades. Alright, awesome. So let's go ahead and test drive this RC car. Alright, awesome. Alright, so once again we're back and now we're going to test drive this car with the metal upgrades installed. Alright, and we're going to check how this car handles with the metal upgrades. Alright, so let's go ahead and turn this on right here. Alright, and turn the controller. So as you can see, the metal upgrades is installed right there. Alright, it's all awesome. So now we're going to test drive this car. Alright, so let's go ahead and put back the battery shell right here. Alright, just 1 second. So the thing is, I gotta be careful driving this car right now because with the metal upgrades, we might experience some understeer. Alright, and this is like driving hardcore because just one good crash and everything will go boom. Alright, so let's go ahead and test drive this car. So now we're going to test drive this car at minimal throttle speed. Alright, so I'm going to run this at a lower setting to get acclimated on how this car handles. Alright, so now we're going slow for now. Alright, just 1 second. So the steering trim seems fine, it's going straight. Alright, so now we're going to test drive this car at high speed. Actually, let's try to test drive this car at medium speed. Alright. Alright, so it seems to handle fine. So it's kind of windy today, so we might experience some loss of signal. Alright, so it seems to handle fine for now. Alright, so once again we are driving this at medium throttle speed. Alright, so far so good. So the car is slow right now. So the thing is, if you're watching from a smartphone, you might have a hard time seeing this car. Alright, so for now it seems to run fine. Alright, so let's try to test drive this car at maximum throttle speed or throttle trim. Alright. Alright, so it seems to handle fine. Alright, so once again we're far right now. It's kind of windy, so once again we're too far. If you're watching from a smartphone. Alright, so it seems to handle fine with the metal upgrades. Really awesome. So the thing is, I think, in my opinion, it all depends on how you drive your car. Alright? So you just gotta be careful. Alright, so I think we're losing some signal right now. Maybe because of the wind. Alright, so I think we're losing signal. It's kind of drifting near the dirt.